Welcome back to Smok'n Jay's Garage. This is part 2 of the video. We are on the water. We have our K&N filters in, and we're going to try if we get any more top speed. I do have a couple more people on the boat, so we've got a couple extra 100 pounds. We've got some gear this time. I'm not by myself, but I have favorable conditions. I have very similar to what I tested the top speed out before just last week, and we've got about the same amount of gas minus, what it took us to drive out here and what it took us to drive back yesterday. Not yesterday, whatever day we were out here. So, we are not going to be able to test everything because I can't do like the draggy because, we just float. We never really get stopped and stuff. So, we're going to have to use the good old-fashioned butt dyno. So let's give it a try. Alright, so we did some testing. We got a top speed of 49 miles an hour, which we did 50 before we put these in under the same conditions, but I've got more people on the boat with gear. We got coolers, everything. I was out myself last time when we did that, so that makes a difference. Normally when I try to do a top speed run, I try to get, a tailwind, and I try to go a little bit of a downhill. That seems to help. So I'm in the same place as I was. I did get roughly the same tailwind. 1 mile an hour less, probably because of the extra weight. When we were going into the wind, though, I was able to maintain that 48 miles an hour, so I only lost 1 mile an hour compared to sometimes. We noticed this especially when we put in the ribbon delete, that we didn't have as much of a difference when we were going into or out of the wind. Like, our top speed was a lot more maintainable versus, 50, 51 miles an hour going into the wind, or I'm sorry, with a tailwind, and then 45, 46 going into the wind. There were days we only got up to like 44 as a top speed. So you may or may not find that these are helpful to you as far as a top speed, but keep in mind that they are flame resistant, and if you did a ribbon delete and you are bothered by local laws and ordinances, you do have to have some type of flame retardant in there. So you have to have a fireproof or a flame retardant air filter. So we're going to do some more testing. I wanted to get a good part of this video in because I've still got my pants on and it's getting hot out, and I didn't shave my legs, so I didn't want to do the video in my shorts because, lose like 2 subscribers that way, or maybe gain 2 weird ones. I don't know. So we're gonna be out on the water the rest of the day yet. We're gonna do some more testing. I will put in any more information that we get here. I'm also gonna check miles per gallon. So when I'm cruising at 29, 30 miles to the gallon, 5500 RPMs, that's where I get the best miles per gallon. I am running about 11.1 gallons per hour. I did not remember to check that prior to, but go ahead and check in your boat, especially if you got a 24 foot. You should be very similar to that. If you have a 21 foot though, let me know what you get at like 5500 RPMs. I'm curious because you got a little bit lighter boat. Do you get a little bit better than 11, or is 11 kind of consistent? Does that actually a little bit of weight matter or not? So leave in the comments if you have a 21 foot boat at 5500 RPMs, how many gallons per hour are you burning? Is it at or around 11, same as mine? Or I'm curious. So we just spent the last 5 or 6 hours on the water. As you can see, we both got a little bit red. We didn't notice any difference though. I didn't notice any difference. Miles per gallon, we averaged about 2.2 miles per gallon. That is with some wide open runs. That is with some cruising. That's with some no wakes, which is average. This is what I typically got. We also ran about 26 gallons per hour at wide open throttle, which was normal, and 11 gallons per hour at 5500 RPMs, which is roughly 30 miles an hour, which again, that is normal for me anyway. And no wake, depending on, like no wake plus 1 or whatever, runs you about 1.8 gallons per hour. So that's about pretty on par with where I've been before. So I didn't really notice any difference performance-wise, good or bad. But again, they are fire resistant, so that is something that you have to have legally if you don't mind not breaking the law. So check them out if you think you're interested. We're gonna go ahead and film a little bit more, and we'll tack it in somewhere, or we already did tack it in somewhere if there's anything of interest. So if you watch this channel for the first time and you haven't already, and you want to,
boom, please subscribe.